Have you ever looked at a raisin and wondered, how did this shriveled little fruit get here? Well, behind that chewy, sweet bite is a fascinating journey from vineyard to your snack bowl. Today, we're diving into the surprisingly detailed process of how raisins are made, and answering the question, are they sun-dried like in the old days, or has modern technology taken over? Spoiler, it's both. But how that works might surprise you. Let's get into it, right here, on History of Simple Things. Let's start with the obvious. Raisins come from grapes, but not just any grapes. The most common variety used for raisin making is the Thompson seedless grape. It's small, sweet, and as the name says, seedless, perfect for drying down into a wrinkly treat. These grapes are grown in warm, dry climates, like California's Central Valley, which produces over 90% of the U.S.'s raisins. Their hot summers and low humidity make it ideal for the drying process. The raisin-making season begins in late summer. Around August or September, grapes are harvested when they reach peak sweetness. Workers carefully pick bunches by hand or machine, depending on the vineyard. From there, the grapes start their transformation. One of the oldest and most iconic methods of making raisins is sun-drying. And yes, this process is still very much in use today. Here's how it works. Freshly picked grapes are laid out on craft paper trays, kind of like large brown paper sheets, directly between the rows of vines in the vineyard. This area is called the drying row. The sun does the heavy lifting from here. Over the next 2 to 3 weeks, the heat slowly removes the moisture from the grapes, concentrating their sugars and shrinking them down into raisins. During this time, workers flip the grapes to make sure they dry evenly. At night, the trays are sometimes folded over to protect them from dew or sudden rain. It's a delicate balance. Too much sun, and the raisins can get too dark or hard. Too little, and they might spoil. Once they reach the right texture, dry but still a bit soft, they're collected and taken for further cleaning and sorting. This sun-drying method is low-tech, low-energy, and environmentally friendly, but it does take time, and because it relies on good weather, it can be unpredictable. That's where machine drying comes in. In modern raisin production, many companies have turned to dehydrators, large machines that can dry grapes more quickly and under controlled conditions. The grapes are first washed and then placed in massive drying tunnels or rooms with heated air circulating around them. The temperature and humidity are carefully regulated to mimic natural drying, but without the risks of pests, mold, or unexpected rain. This method is faster. Grapes can become raisins in just 18 to 24 hours, and it allows year-round production. Plus, it ensures a more uniform appearance and texture, which is especially important for large commercial producers. However, it's more energy-intensive and often costlier than using the sun. So many raisin producers use a mix of both methods, depending on the season, demand, and the look and taste they're aiming for. Whether sun-dried or machine-dried, raisins still have to go through several steps before they're ready to eat. After drying, raisins are collected in bins and sent to processing facilities. Here, they go through a multi-step cleaning system. First, large debris like stems and leaves are removed. Then, the raisins are washed thoroughly to remove dirt, dust, and any lingering grape skins or sugars that might cause stickiness. After that, they pass through a series of rollers and air jets to sort them by size and remove any under- or over-dried fruit. In many facilities, High-speed cameras and laser sorters even scan the raisins for imperfections and remove anything that doesn't meet quality standards. The final step is packaging. Raisins are packed into boxes, bags, or bulk containers depending on their destination. Some might be coated in a small amount of vegetable oil to prevent sticking. Others are sold plain or even flavored, chocolate-covered or mixed into cereals and snacks. You might be wondering, does it really make a difference if your raisins are sun-dried or machine-dried? The answer is yes, but it's subtle. Sun-dried raisins tend to have a deeper flavor, sometimes slightly caramelized, because of the slow natural drying process. They also often have a darker color and might be a little stickier. Machine-dried raisins are more uniform, both in shape and texture. They may be a bit drier and more consistent, especially important in packaged snacks or baking ingredients. But both types are still delicious and nutritious, packed with fiber, antioxidants, and natural sugars. Raisin making isn't just a backyard operation, it's a massive industry. California alone produces over 200,000 tons of raisins each year. Globally, Turkey, Iran, and China are also major players in raisin production, each with their own methods and grape varieties. Raisins may seem simple, but they go through a surprising transformation, from fresh fruit to dried snack. Whether sun-kissed on a vineyard floor or gently dried by machines, every raisin has a story of patience, timing, and craft. Next time you sprinkle some into your cereal or munch on them as a snack, remember all the steps behind those chewy little gems. It's a process rooted in history, shaped by technology, and still evolving with every harvest. So, are raisins sun-dried or machine-made? The answer is both. And each method brings something different to the table, whether it's the flavor, texture, or sustainability of the process. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.